Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what I like to do is to create videos that I would have found helpful when I first got out looking for treasure. Things like jewelry, silverware, anything made out of precious metals at thrift shops, garage sales, any sort of secondhand location. This is a package that just arrived from an online auction site. We're going to see what's in it. It's kind of huge, which is confusing because for anyone who's been watching my channel for a while, you know, most of the time I just buy like little packages of pins because I really like them. But in this case, we've got the biggest box ever for a little bit of pins, and it's very light, so I don't quite understand why you would ship a small amount of pins in this, but maybe I bought something that I forgot about. It happens. I'm sure none of you have ever bought something off of an online auction site and it showed up and you're like, when did I buy this? What do we got? That whole box just for that. Yeah. Sometimes sellers really confuse me. Just for this? Just for that? Well, there you go. All right. This may be a very quick video, but I see some very promising little things. Let's zoom in. All right. So this is definitely the kind of auction that I really like because there are a series of different things in here that I think could be gold. And as often happens when I buy an auction, well, what I think is gold isn't, and then one of the other pieces might be. So my little personal rule now is to only try to grab an auction where there's a series of different things in it that may be gold. So let's see what we have here. Some of these pieces look pretty good. Let's have a look at this one. This looks like an Order of the Eastern Star. It's very dainty, very nicely made. See if it's got any markings on the back. It's got a real good shine to it. Do we see any markings? I don't. But you know what we can do is we can bust out the test acid. We'll see what it comes up as. Let's have a look. Generally, the gavel means that it was someone in charge in some manner. This also looks quality, so we'll see. We'll go ahead and test that one in a minute here. That's a possibility. Let's have a look. I think this is also Freemason. Yeah, look at that. That looks very much like gold in the front. Hey, what does that say? That says something, doesn't it? It says 10 karat. Yep. That's pretty cool. I don't see it. Generally, if it were gold fill, it would say like 1/10 above it, or it would also say GF. So I think, especially when you look at the sides and everything, that's a proper little 10 karat pin. All right, so we are doing pretty good. This auction was ended up being $53 after shipping, I think. So I don't know if we paid for it with that one yet, but let's have a look here. pH. This doesn't look like solid gold. This looks like at best it's going to end up being gold fill. Yep, 110 10K. So that's gold fill, which, you know, it's always nice to get a little bit of gold fill here. Let's have a look at this piece. So oftentimes what you'll get is you get like this here, where this is actually gold fill, looks like. Let's see. No, that's the patent. Do we have any other markings on it? No, this one may just be plate. I don't see any markings, but sometimes the little dangly bit. Yeah, this is just plate. So that's just a gold plate tie bar. Let's have a look at this one here. Also looks like very much piece of plate, that kind of rough look to it. Doesn't look high enough quality to be gold, and then that sort of rough effect you get on the back generally means that it's like brass or something that was kind of rough and then got plated. So potential, definite 10 karat. And then we've got potential. I have found these before and they have been gold. I forget exactly what Greek organization this is. This one looks good for gold. Boy, it looks good for gold. These are really what you want to see. Oftentimes they'll be marked. It's interesting. That's a very different kind of catch. Wow, look at that. So more complicated safety catches are usually a good sign. You see something like that somebody made, and boy, it looks like somebody made that. That usually gives you an idea of age, because that is cool. Look at that. I have not seen one of those before. It's very nicely made. Sometimes these will be gold fill. Based on this catch, I'm guessing it's not, although I'm surprised it doesn't have a marking as to gold content with a catch this complicated. Now the number should indicate whose this was. I don't know if there's a way to access that. I need to do a video on these Greek pins, but I don't quite understand certain ins and outs of them. I grab them all the time because I like them a lot, and I think they're a really good way to grab some gold here and there. But I don't I don't know enough to actually like tell you much about them aside from that they are often gold that is unmarked. Although frequently they are marked too, but I think this one's gold. We'll test it here in a moment. And then, you know what? So we've got 3 things to test. I'm also going to pull out something. I found this at the thrift shop. It has no markings on it at all. I paid $4 for it. And I think it's probably silver. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and test that with our other pieces here. So let's go ahead and pause the video for a moment and I'll pull out the testing stuff. Okay, so I have been told that I need to push harder and do it a little longer than I have been. So we'll go ahead and do that here. And this one too, we'll do 2 ends. We'll do, at the bottom, we'll do the silver test acid, and at the top, we'll do the 18 karat, because I've been told 18 karat will work for that. Will work better. Should we confirm the 10 karat? Let's just go ahead and do this 10 karat one also, and it'll give us a nice comparison point, right? There we go. It's a cool little pin. I like that one. Then we'll do this one right here. Boy, that one is interesting. I wonder, you know, I gotta tell you, I have found some of these that are platinum before, and I'm wondering if that's why this kind of scratches hard. But we'll see. All right, do that one there. This one I'm thinking might come up as even 14, but we'll see. We'll do it on this side right here. There we go. Okay. Doop. Let's put them in order there so we know what we're testing. There we go. All right, now we're going to grab we're going to start with the 18 karat test acid on the silver. It's supposed to turn blue if it's silver. And then we'll also use the silver test acid down at the bottom. I think that might be the blue color people are talking about. And then we'll do the silver test acid, which should turn red if it's sterling. And boy, does it. So we've got the blue and we've got the red. So I think both of these, we have our 18 and our silver. So I think $4 well spent. We'll weigh that up in a second here and we'll see what we got. Now with these other ones, I'm going to start with a 14 on the top. I don't think any of them are going to be better than 14. And I think they're probably more likely 10, because this one is 10. 14. This one might be 14, but we'll see. All right, so if you're unfamiliar with test acid, what should happen is it should start to disappear there. You can see it starts to disappear. That is not disappearing. That is interesting. So we don't have, I don't know if that's not disappearing and that's not disappearing. Well, that one is a little bit, I think, but that's not. So why don't we actually try that 18 karat, shall we? And see if it makes this one disappear. Well, cool. That's fairly conclusive, I think. The 18 karat makes it go away. 14 karat test acid does not. 14 isn't really... The 14 is actually not killing that one either much, is it? It looks like it's continuing to exist. Well, this was a dang good lot, I think. Look at that. Should we put a little dab of the 18 there and see what happens? Yep, away you go. And then just to verify that this isn't a fake marking, we'll do a little dot of 10 karat right here, 10 karat test acid. And that should stay nice and bold. Well, shucks darn, that was a great little pin auction, I think. Exactly the kind that I love. Cool. All right, I'm going to pause for a moment, and we will clean this all up, and then we will go ahead and weigh things up, and we can see how well we did for our $53. All right, we're cleaned up. Let's get this turned on. We'll have a look here. Do a little math. There we go. All right. So we've got this 110 karat. Now, all of this weight might not be correct entirely because you see this pin on the back? That is probably not gold by the looks of it. And how it's attached, I think it's not gold. Although, you know what? I'm going to pause for a second because I'm going to go ahead and test the pin itself. One moment. So, yes. I just tested the pin, and the pin itself is not 10 karat, so only the face and the front of this is 10 karat. So, you know, how much of the weight of this is the pin? I don't know. You can be the judge of that. We'll see what it overall is. It's half a gram, so less than half a gram of 10 karat. I don't know how much less. Should we say 0.35? So if that's 0.35, 0.35 times, I think gold's what, 94 a gram? 94 times 0.416, because that's 10 karat. So that's, you know, 13, 14 bucks worth of gold right there. Not a lot. But I think it's a very cool pin. And I'm very glad to have it. And it's nice that it's actually marked for a change because, like, these other pieces aren't. Now, this one is came out as obviously 14 karat. So let's have a look at that one. So that one is 2.7. So what do we got here? We've got 2.7 times 94 times, and that's 14 karat, so 585 times 0.585 equals, so that's 148. So we're at 160 bucks. Then we have this piece, and you've got a question. This you know what? I'm going to pause it and I'll check something. All right, so I tested the chain and I tested the gavel, and they are also 14 karat. So we'll just weigh up this whole thing. Oh. So we are at 1.2. So we're at what, 160? 1.2 times 94 times 0.585. 65 plus 160. So we're sitting at about, what, 225 in gold out of our $53 lot. And then our $4 silver bracelet isn't gonna, let's see, think we can do it? We can balance it? Will it work? Oh, it weighs too much. Okay, let's grab a different scale, which is less precise, but works. Here we go. So our $4 bracelet is about 22 bucks worth of silver at current pricing. So I think we did pretty good overall. If you found this video useful, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're finding when you go out looking for treasure. I think these types of pins are a lot of fun, and actually I really would like if anyone can tell me anything about this latch, because I've never found one quite like that in terms of a safety latch, and I think it's just delightful. It's just super nice, and I'm guessing it probably dates it to, early 1900s, unless it was just a goldsmith who was stretching his legs when he made this pin. I don't know. If anyone has any information about it, I would love for you to leave a comment below. I hope that you have a great day and go out and find yourself some treasure.
Like this, I've been Thomas.